This works just like modeling directly inside native Sketchup. This scene contains various types of objects, complex furniture, as well as simple geometry. When you open the export panel, you'll see many options. Don't worry, you only need to focus on the area inside the white box. The most important setting is Merge Coplanar Faces. Other exporters usually triangulate the mesh because they convert through other formats before importing into SketchUp. This plugin writes the mesh directly into the SKP file, so triangulation is not needed. As a result, your mesh keeps its original Blender topology and behaves just like it was modeled in SketchUp. For UVs, both exact and fast modes give very similar results. In some cases, you may still need to triangulate certain objects to fix UV issues, usually on unavoidable triangular surfaces. Bake texture is a very important feature. It converts your node-based materials into proper textures inside SketchUp. This means you can freely use the shader editor to adjust colors and effects. Higher resolution gives better quality, but 2K is the sweet spot for the best balance between quality and speed. Finally, we have auto-hide lines and smooth data. Auto-hide lines makes editing much easier. For smooth edges, you may need to clear the smooth angle first before editing. Sometimes you want to apply after-merge coplanar to certain objects but not others. You can use the exclusion list to choose which objects to skip. An even better way is to use face count. For example, I uncheck after-merge coplanar for any mesh with more than 3,000 faces. I also put those high poly objects into hide object lines so their edges won't show. I can also choose to keep important textures at full resolution. When exporting, turn on these settings. You can continue working in Blender while the export runs in the background. And you can see the progress. In this scene, the lantern had UV issues, so I triangulated it before exporting. The entire scene has over 1.2 million faces and finished exporting in about 3 minutes, which is very fast. After cutting away the blocking walls, you can see the exported textures look perfect, and every face can be easily edited. I also prepared a much more complex scene to test the plugin. It contains many more objects and textures. Using the same settings, this time it took about 15 minutes. The main reason was the large number of plants. Each mesh island creates a group, which slows down the process. After cutting away the walls again, everything looks great. Even the beveled panels can be pushed and edited, and grouping works perfectly. But that's not all. This plugin also lets you directly edit SKP files. You just click Open File, and it imports the SketchUp file into Blender. All meshes, materials, and scene data come in. You can modify any object, add new ones, and use material nodes to create or adjust textures. To add scenes, simply duplicate cameras. All cameras will become SketchUp scenes. Or you can use the Render Scenes add-on for a more convenient way to create and manage scenes before converting them to SketchUp scenes. After making your changes, just click Save. When you go back to SketchUp, only the modified and newly added objects are updated. There are no issues that usually happen with repeated imports/export. The scenes are also added correctly. In the Settings panel, you can set the temporary file path to wherever you want. Choose your SketchUp version. It should be the same or lower than the one you use. The other settings can follow my recommendations. For default save changes, you don't need to select a version. It will automatically match the SKP file's version. The rest are the same as before. Finally, for the faster converter, install Microsoft Visual C++ Build Tools, then click Setup. That's the full content of this video. This plugin has many more features for you to discover. Bring Blender into your workflow.